The barreleye fish has a transparent head. Its eyes are not where they seem to be. The dark marks above its mouth look like eyes. They are not. The real eyes are inside the skull, glowing green beneath a clear dome, staring upward through its own face. The fish is called the barreleye. Its scientific name is Macropinna microstoma. It is small, usually only around 15 centimeters long. It does not have the size of a giant squid. It does not have the teeth of a viperfish. It does not need either. Its horror is anatomical. The front of the head is covered by a transparent, fluid-filled shield. Behind that shield, the internal structures of the head are visible. The green spheres beneath the dome are not ornaments, they are eyes, large, tubular, pointing upward. For years, scientists only knew the animal from damaged specimens brought to the surface in nets. The clear dome was usually destroyed. Without it, the fish looked strange, but incomplete. The most important feature was missing. Then living barreleyes were filmed in their own water. The face finally made sense. The small dark spots above the mouth were revealed as nostril-like organs. The eyes were above them, inside the head, looking through the transparent roof. That is the first impossible detail. This fish does not look out from its face, it looks out through it. The barreleye lives in the ocean's twilight zone. It has been observed in deep water off California, often around 600 to 800 meters below the surface. At 700 meters, the pressure is around 70 atmospheres. The water is cold. The sun has not fully vanished, but it has become weak enough to stop being useful in any ordinary way. This is not the blackest part of the ocean. It is worse in a different way. There is still just enough light for shadows. Above the barreleye, faint daylight filters down as a blue-gray glow. Below it, the water darkens into deeper black. Animals in this layer do not always need to see shapes clearly. Sometimes they only need to see silhouettes. A small crustacean overhead, a drifting jellyfish, the underside of a siphonophore, a fragment of food falling from the surface world. Lanternfish move through this zone with tiny lights along their bodies. Comb jellies pass almost silently. Siphonophores can trail long, stinging tentacles through the water, creating a dangerous curtain that may also hold trapped prey. The barreleye is not the largest thing here. It is not the fastest. It survives by looking in the one direction that matters most, up. The eyes are shaped like barrels because they collect light efficiently from above. They are not wide, human-like eyes scanning a room. They are tubes. In this dim water, a tube is a weapon of perception, and the transparent head gives those tubes a window. For a long time, that created a problem. If the eyes always pointed upward, how could the fish eat something in front of its mouth? The mouth is small. The prey is above. The face points forward. The anatomy looked like a contradiction. Then MBARI researchers solved it by watching living animals with remotely operated vehicles. The eyes can rotate. Inside the clear shield, the green tubes move. They can point upward while the fish searches for prey above it. Then they can pivot forward when it turns its body to feed. The fish does not need to choose between seeing above and eating ahead. It changes the angle of its eyes inside its own head. That is the second impossible detail. The skull is not just a container, it is a viewing chamber. The transparent dome protects the eyes while letting them move through a larger field of view. The green color may also help filter light from the surface and make bioluminescent signals stand out. A faint glow above the fish becomes more visible. A silhouette becomes sharper. A target becomes real. The barreleye hangs almost motionless in the water. Its large, flat fins make small adjustments. It does not slash through the twilight. It holds position beneath the traffic. Then something is detected overhead. The fish angles upward. The eyes rotate forward. The mouth aligns. The strange, transparent head has done its work before the strike begins. The barreleye's most unsettling mechanism may involve animals more dangerous than itself. Researchers have suggested that it may steal food from siphonophores. A siphonophore is not a single ordinary jellyfish. It is a colony of specialized bodies living together as one long organism. Some species trail feeding tentacles that can extend for many meters. Those tentacles sting. They catch small crustaceans and other prey. For most fish, that curtain is dangerous. For the barreleye, it may be an opportunity. The transparent shield over its head may protect the eyes while the fish moves near stinging tentacles. Its small mouth may pick trapped prey from the siphonophore's feeding line. It is not simply hunting in open water. It may be approaching another predator's trap and taking from it. That makes the face even stranger. The clear head is not only a window, it may be armor, soft armor, invisible armor, a shield against the stinging cells of an animal that has already done the work of catching food. The barreleye does not look aggressive, it looks delicate, but in a world where food is scarce, delicacy can still be theft. It waits below, it watches upward, it finds the glow, then it rises into a living net built by something else. This is why the animal feels so wrong. Its eyes are hidden inside the head, its head is transparent, and that transparent head may let it feed near weapons most fish avoid. Subscribe now for more real creatures that look like biology made a wrong turn in the dark. Human encounters with the barreleye were difficult for a simple reason. The animal does not survive the journey upward in any useful form. Early specimens were collected by nets. By the time they reached the surface, the transparent shield had collapsed or vanished. The fish looked damaged, because it was. Scientists could see the tubular eyes, but the full arrangement was not clear. The animal's most famous feature was too fragile to preserve. Then, in 2004, MBARI's remotely operated vehicles filmed living barreleyes in Monterey Canyon. The footage showed what preserved specimens could not. A smooth, transparent dome, green eyes inside it, a fish holding position calmly in the midwater. Later observations confirmed that the eyes were able to rotate within the shield. That changed the interpretation of the entire animal. The barreleye was not poorly designed. It was specialized for a visual problem we rarely have to think about. How do you see prey above you without exposing your most sensitive organs? How do you feed in front of you when your eyes point upward? How do you approach stinging animals in black water without blinding yourself? The answer was not one adaptation. It was a head built around vision, a clear shield, rotating tubular eyes, a small mouth, large fins for careful hovering. Every part of the animal supports the same quiet behavior. Wait below the prey, look through the roof of the skull, move only when the dark gives something away. The footage did not make the barreleye common, it made it visible. There is a difference. Even with decades of deep-sea exploration, this fish is still rarely observed alive. A remotely operated vehicle may spend hours underwater and never see one. The animal is small, the ocean is large. The camera's light covers only a narrow piece of water. A barreleye can be meters away and remain unknown. Its habitat is not a cave with walls, it is open mid-water. No fixed landmarks, no nest, no trail, no place where a researcher can easily return and expect the same individual to be waiting. This makes its life difficult to study. We do not know enough about its reproduction. We do not know how often it feeds from siphonophores. We do not know how far it travels each day. We do not know how it behaves when no vehicle light is present. The most famous image gives us the face. It does not give us the life. And even the face may be stranger than it first appears. The transparent dome is not glass, it is living tissue. It must be clear enough to see through, strong enough to protect the eyes, and flexible enough to exist under pressure. A fish carries a window in its head, not as damage, not as a mutation, as normal anatomy. The barreleye fish should make us careful, because the first preserved specimens were telling the truth, but not the whole truth. They showed a fish with upward-pointing tubular eyes. They did not show the transparent shield. They did not show the eyes rotating. They did not show the animal hovering beneath prey in dim water. The living fish changed the story. That is what the deep sea keeps doing. It turns dead specimens into incomplete sentences. It waits for cameras to descend. Then one animal moves through the light and the sentence changes. We still do not know how many behaviors are missing from the records because the body that reached the surface was broken. How many transparent structures have collapsed before we saw them? How many soft animals have been described from the wrong shape? How many eyes have been mistaken for something else because they were no longer in their natural position? The barreleye does not need teeth to unsettle us. It does not need size. It only needs to look upward through its own skull. And somewhere above that small transparent head, another creature may already be glowing. Stay with ocean nightmares. The next animal may not have eyes where a face should have them at all.